What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Got some stuff behind me there. The new Bank and Creek kit from LureNet we're going to go through, and some cool stuff that you subscribed fishing friends sent over to me to look at. So enough yapping, let's take a look. All right, let's start out with this, the Bank and Creek kit. So this is over at LureNet. Every 2 months these come out. If you've seen, I usually do an unboxing or unbagging of these. But every 2 months they come out. This would be the March, April, and I'll leave my code down below. Anything over at LureNet, if you use code DEBO15 at the end when you check out, get 15% off your total order. In fact, I just got some more Bandit crankbaits over there. But this one I just kind of opened up and looked at real quick because there's some stuff in here that caught my eye. So first off, we've got some of these, the Yum Pulse Tail Minnows. So you're swimming, paddle tail type lure, 3.5 inch OG bass. And this is nice. I need to remember to throw more bass type colors because big bass for sure eat little bass, and it's something I honestly don't think about enough. So it's got this kind of darker green pumpkin top, lighter green belly. You've got some good flake in there, so a good looking paddle tail. Oh, I thought this was a different color when I opened it. These are the Pond Magic. Those might be a little bit big for this, but these Pond Magic spinnerbaits, little 3/16 ounce little finesse spinnerbait. These are great. I've caught a bunch of fish on these little guys. White is perfect, works everywhere. I think this is a brand new color in the drop minnow, 2.75 inch. They also have like a 3.25 or 3.5 in these. Did throw these last year and caught some fish throwing a drop shot, as much as I hate to admit it. But they are a cool little minnow bait. You could use these as like a little finesse trailer, like a little underspin. Number of things you can do with these. Neat little, minnow looking deal. This is the matte 309 color. These I really dig. I don't know if this is a new color or not. I'm guessing so, this natural bass in both of these. But it's like your blue craw, kind of like a silvery blue belly to it, and the top is green pumpkin, black flake, and yes, you can see that, some purple flake. They killed it with this color. I really like that one. Very natural minnow, bass, almost even maybe bluegill-ish looking. Really cool color there. The little Yum Dinger 4-inch. These are perfect on those EWG Ned rigs that I talk about. A little wacky rig. These are great. Now, I personally like too with these, with the Yum Dingers on a wacky rig, is to use a lightly weighted wacky hooks, like a 1/16 ounce. Yum Dingers don't fall as fast as some of the other ones on the market, so that little weighted wacky rig hook does help these a bunch. Now this has to be a special color. I'm gonna have to go back and look, because when I opened this up and saw this, I was like, dude. I've thrown the baby Christy critters a little bit, like the Christy Craws. Not a fan of it. I've just never had luck on them. These are really cool though. Now I hate to open it because usually these are pretty greasy. Oh, these aren't horrible, but look at this. So it's like, essentially like a little baby brush hog. They've kind of got their own take to it. You bust these off like so. You've got two little flappy kicky arms here, two little kicky legs in back. You've got the two flappy things back here. Flip this over. This reminds me of gooseberry, which is one of my favorite colors ever. Whoever's idea it was to do this, absolute win. Midnight Orchid. Oh, y'all know me in purple. This one is frickin' sick. Good job on that little Texas rig with this. Ooh, baby. They've got some stickers in there, and they did also throw in, I don't know if this one's new or not either. I should have looked on all these and checked. This is 2.75 inch crop happy. Charter melon? Am I reading that right? Charter melon? Chartreuse watermelon, right? Very green, very bright. Good for, if you're throwing on beds or anything. Anything bright and annoying seems to do good in that spawn where, the fish just can't stand something in and around their bed. I think this one will get absolutely gobbled up. Now, they did also give you terminal tackle for all these, depending on however you want to rig it. The drop shot, of course. I love that. Some bullet weights, 1/4 ounce, and these are lead. It's crazy how much, smaller, more compact a tungsten sinker is. But 1/4 ounce, they do give you the weights there. And then your hooks, which is nice. 2/0 will work perfect on those little Yum Dingers. You've got some little drop shot hooks. People talk crap about the Eagle Claw laser hooks, the laser sharp. I've used these for a long time. They're good. Now, some of them might say they're more of a heavy wire. They're really not. Like, to me, this is like a light wire. They're normal. Same for this, but on the drop shot, not as big of a deal. But for these hooks, just be aware that they're not crazy, super heavy wire. As long as you treat them as such, like a lighter wire hook, they're fine. So talk crap about these, but I've caught tons and tons of fish on those hooks. Now the last two things in here, so these are the heads to go with those deals. So you could put that on there. Actually, this would even be a better swim bait trailer. That would look, or a spinnerbait trailer. Those would look perfect on there, a little finesse. But anyway, those are the heads they give you. So of course everybody's into the, you know, the minnow shaking stuff. These are what, 1/4 ounce. They've got a number of different sizes. Gamakatsu hooks. They are crazy sticky sharp. But they are a lighter wire hook. Just be aware of that. It's just like the Great Lakes Finesse Underspin. It's a light wire hook. So I'm throwing this on spinning tackle, you know, taking care of that hook. I can take this, if I can show you here, I can take this hook and bend that out, right? I can take that and bend that straight out. It's a light wire hook. That's what it's meant to be. So you're not horsing this on 17-pound line. Just be aware of that. But that's one of those, you know, little minnow shaking deals. You could put, oh yeah, could have put a pulse tail on that and just swim it around. This would be perfect, you know, shallow water and stuff. So they give you everything you need in here to use the plastics. And this will be a fun one to try as well, because I was looking at these when they came out and I never got any. Again, that Gamakatsu hook, this is a 1/8 ounce. They are wire tied there, if you can see that right there. Kind of hard to see it. Now the only thing I don't like is I thought these had a weed guard on it. No weed guard, so these are completely open. Trim up that skirt a little bit. You can put one of those little craws on it. A number of different things you can do with a little finesse jig like that. But that's the bag. What do you think? Comment below. Again, I'll leave my link and everything below there. That was from LureNet. They got a bunch of good stuff over there. Check out their crankbaits. All right, I had to move some stuff and get cleaned up here. Now, this is the stuff that a subscribed fishing friend sent me. And I don't want to necessarily say the name. I don't know ever if these people want to be seen or not. I'm just going to say Colin. He left me a note here with all the specifics on these, the different jigs and such, what he threw in here. But I'm just going to show him. I think that's easier. So first up, I noticed at the top, we got some hair. I don't even know what all is in these. It's got some like flashaboo you can see in it there. Black furry hair. I don't know if that's marabou or not. I'm not real familiar with the hair. This one has like some rabbit hair on the bottom with some fur stuff. He probably says, oh yeah, marabou. So they are marabou. It's got some Chanel in it, some of the flashy stuff. I really like this one with like the coarser hair down below. This stuff, these look completely different once you get them in the water. This all kind of shrinks down to the hook and just undulates in the water. Really cool. I am not a hair jig guy. They look cool as heck. I used to have some like crappie stuff that I used to throw back in the day, but as of currently, I've really not thrown them much. But super sharp, sticky hooks on them. Oh, I really like that one with the black. Same thing here, red and black. Look at those. Very neat, my friend. Those black ones that clean with just the marabou on the back, those look awesome. Threw some of those cool little football heads in here too with some, what's that, like living rubber, some silicone, just a good mix. These are all hand tied, of course, doing excellent with that. Threw in some little watermelon red Ned baits. Look at that. That is clear as heck. Couple little finesse cut football jigs with that living rubber. Just gives it a totally different look. Really wants to, you know, pop out like a koosh ball. Same thing for that one. A little bit different color. Those are sweet. Threw in a couple of these to match. That's like your green pumpkin special. Green pumpkin with the gold flake. And he said, yes, I did throw in a couple green pumpkin purple. I absolutely love green pumpkin and purple. I just love purple. Sucker for purple. Those look awesome. Those little sickle type hooks on them. Dragging some of those little football heads around in the creek or river. Oh my, these might be a fan favorite. Robin egg blue colored heads with like a Mardi Gras. I don't even know what you would call that. That is sick, dude. Look at how that stands out on the bottom. That is neat. You don't see that robin egg color much at all. That's kind of neat. That almost looks like the underside of some of the craws we have here. That color. Maybe a little bit more greenish, but excellent work, Colin. Those look absolutely sick, man. Good work. Next up is from my man, Paul. I was actually just speaking to Paul again. Today he messaged me about these because, dude, I have never seen something like this. This is a 30-06 Pew Pew shell, and he made these with a 3D printed mold that he did based off of an actual Pew Pew shell, if you know what I mean here, the 30-06 variety. And this one has a purple head to it. Black, purpley, red, bluey color change glitter in there. That's a Ned rig. Let's see, do I have one of my EWG heads? We're gonna go bright. I did have a pink one up there. Put that in there. And that's what it looks like rigged up. Shut the front door. That is crazy. So he 3D printed this mold. He said he's used it, I think, like eight or nine times so far. Because I asked him, like, how will that, you know, a 3D printed resin mold deteriorate? He said, I don't know. You know, after a bunch of uses, it probably will, like silicone. If you use open pore silicone molds with that hot plastisol, after a while, it deforms it and kind of shrinks it, and things don't fit exactly right. But look at that tail. Or top. I mean, what? Never seen anything like that. 3D printing, I've never done any of it, but the stuff you can create blows my mind on there. Just like that. How freaking cool is that? Never would I have thought a 30-06 Ned head. This thing might be a bang in the river. The all black with the flake in there too. Excellent. Now he said the worm mold was the same thing. I forget what he called this one, but he knows I enjoy the purple, so he made his own 3D printed worm mold too. That is awesome. So same color as the black with those highlights, the purplish kind of pinky tail. Look at that. That thing's gonna have a bunch of action on like a little drop shot or like a little finesse shaky head deal. That is really neat, dude. Man, that is crazy, the stuff that you can create. He also has like a root beer colored with the chartreuse tail and then the all black. Those look sweet. And I think he said this one was his design too. I would guess so because I've never seen anything like this. That almost looks like the X-Zone kind of top to it with all these little legs. I'm sure those kick on the way down. And then two like, yeehaw, looks like a cowboy walking into the saloon. I don't even know what to call this thing. That is absolutely nutty as all get out. What, like a jig trailer? Hold on. How about that? That's one of the swim jigs I made. That's some of those new paints and stuff. That's the glitter paint from Barlow's. How cool is that? Can't even focus. It's so glittery. I mean, come on. Anyway, that's one of the swim jigs that I made. A little black, some purple on the bottom. How about that thing jumping around? I don't even know what to tell you. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, y'all. Very interesting, very cool. I love seeing people tinker with their tackle and try stuff like that. And that kicking could also be like maybe a buzzbait trailer bouncing around back there. I don't know. Really cool. Would you throw it? Comment below. What do you think? Oh, man. You all absolutely blow me away. So this one, when I initially opened it and looked through it, I did cry. I teared up. I'm kind of a softie when it comes to certain things. And this is the reason why. I'm not going to read all this. I don't know that the gentleman wants me to share it. From Nebraska, but he went through some personal struggles with surgery and some other things that he's going through. If he chooses to comment below, brother, I am thinking of you, praying for you, everything out there, because going through something like this, my mom, it was cancer. My mom went through cancer, through chemotherapy. I can't tell you how that affects not only the person, but everybody around. So I am thinking thoughts 100% out to you, my Nebraska friend. So he sent over some things that he made, plus some other stuff. And I don't know if he just swiped these. Oh, yeah. So I think all of these are made. Yes. Said he had some time this winter while watching the Saturday Night Live chats and hanging out with us. So said I threw in some extra purple stuff for you. Blows me away that people, going through stuff, think of me, to send things and stuff. It blows me away. So he said he sent in stuff for the Saturday Night Live giveaways, threw in some extra purple stuff for me. So this is basically like your the Pit Boss, the old Havoc Pit Boss. Somebody's making a mold that looks like this, but black with purple flake in it. My man, that is excellent. That is absolutely a beauty, work of art there. These are cool. I mean, look at that. That looks just like an old Pit Boss. So that's the cool part of creating this stuff is, if you're just creating stuff for yourself, a lot of these molds are so flippin' neat. So green pumpkin, purple glitter for Debo. My guy, you are awesome. Also, some of these will have to go in the giveaway. So this is like a green pumpkin, I'll call it Mardi Gras again. Purple, green, yellow on that same little Pit Boss. How cool would that be to have some of those unique? We'll have to give some of these away on a Saturday Night Live. If you want to, man, I'll shout you out. Like I say, I never know 100% sure how much or how little people want me to share with that. These notes are often very personal, so just know that I am certainly thinking about you, my friend. Made some stick baits. Now, the only thing with making your own stick baits is you have to make sure you put, unless you have some sort of sinking plastisol, you have to make sure you put some sort of sinking additive in there. They've got like some clayish looking stuff. I don't know. Salt, there's other things that people use, but most of the plastisols are going to float, which is fine, if you want to run them on like a weighty wacky rig or like a shaky head, something like that. So those are sweet. What else we got? Oh, that's interesting. Do they have a Yamatanuki-ish type mold, or I wonder if he just ran his own silicone mold off the Yamatanuki. That's pretty cool. And nothing wrong with doing that, if you're using these for your own use, not selling or anything. Very neat. And I did have a lot of luck on these. Now, the big thing with the Yamatanuki is it's full of salt, super heavy. I don't know if this is going to be as heavy, but, just put like a little bit of nose weight on there. You got your own little Yamatanuki. Oh, these look like they got the grease on them. Oh, whoa. Interesting. Almost looks like those old cow tongue lures. Very neat. That's like a leechish flying thing. Could use that as like a jig trailer. Speaking of jigs, I lucked out. These are all the ones I made the other day. That's some of that hollow shift paint that I got from Barlow's. These are just some old dirty jigs, tackle, skirts that I had. I just threw them on there. I didn't wire tie them or anything. But as much as I lose jigs, I'll lose this in no time. But a little 5/16 ounce jig with that on the back of it, hopping around. That's a bulky looking little profile, right? That little cow tail back there jumping around, or cow tongue. Those have some colors in them, some glitter. He's also got some more stick baits down there. I think those are 6-inch, some 6-inch with some red and blue glitter. Look awesome. And then the last one, oh yeah, another one of my favorites. Boy, those are super soft. Look at how soft those things are. Little weighted wacky head on that. That's like a darker green pumpkin brown. Purple glitter all throughout it. Well, my man, you did absolutely awesome. Like I said, I don't know if you want me to name everything of you and such, but I am thinking about you. Thoughts and wishes out to you, my man. You didn't need to do this, but it's again because of all of you that I'm able to do this channel, and people sending in stuff like this that they've created take time to send it to me. Had to flip you all around to do the outro. I can't thank you all enough. Like I say all the time, because I feel like that light's really bright. That's better. I feel like YouTubers count their subscribers as numbers. It's this prestige thing, right? It's a number. I don't care about that. I've still never got my silver play button. That's not a gloating thing for me. You all are my fishing friends. The number of people that, I can help, talking about my mental struggles. I've talked about depression, anxiety, crazy stuff that I've been through, the darkest of dark times. And if I'm able to relate to a couple people and help them through, with my Saturday Night Lives or my videos, sometimes as routine as they seem, it can help other people out. So listen, you're not alone. I've been there. Other people going through stuff. You kind of have to take a step back and watch before you almost, judge people or say something. The internet's got people way too free these days. Social media, they just lip off stuff that oftentimes they wouldn't. I would say 99% of the time they wouldn't say to somebody's face. So think about that the next time you want to spout off, because you never know what somebody's going through, just like this. So love you all. You all are the fishing friends today, sending stuff in. I can't thank you all enough. More videos coming this week. Love you all. Thanks for watching, and until next time.